your forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, so we'll get even to you. Calm conditions out there tonight. A little bit on the chilly side, obviously, but we're clear of any kind of precipitation. Things are looking good. We've got temperatures, though, that are back down into the 20s again. It's a little chilly, 29 degrees in Champaign, still 31 in Effingham and 30 in Springfield. All right, let's go ahead and pour out your favorite breakfast cereal. We know it's frosted weather Wheaties with marshmallows with the forecast inside. As we pour it out, here comes the forecast. So temperatures around 26 in the morning. We're going to warm our way up to those upper 30s by lunchtime and find ourselves into a nice weekend. But there is a small chance of flurries. We'll show you more about that when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A teenager's in custody after a house was set on fire. We'll have the latest from that scene. Plus, a midnight police chase spanned part of one county today. The suspect is also facing charges for attempted murder. And it was shut down for months, while the future could be looking up for one theater.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
A series of events ended with a teenager in custody after police say he set his parents' house on fire. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. A woman called police to her home near Kirby and Madison, Champaign, after her son violated a restraining order against him. Things escalated when he refused to surrender peacefully, and police say he set the house on fire. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer is live at the scene. Jared, do you have any updates right now?
Well, Paul, we're still waiting for more updates from the police, but they have arrested the suspect, who they identified as the 18-year-old Trevor Lewis. They say that he was violating a restraining order by visiting the house that you see right behind me. They say they were called by his mom after it became clear that he would not leave the premises. Police say they negotiated with Lewis for about an hour to try and get him to come out of the house with no conclusive progress. They then said that he set the place on fire and barricaded himself inside. Police say they were able to get the mother out before the house caught totally on fire. Lewis then surrendered himself to police. The fire has been put out, as you can see behind me, but the house is completely destroyed, according to firefighters. That's all that we have here. I'm Jared Farmer in Champaign, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jared, thanks for that update. If you get any more information, of course, let us know. Also in Champaign, crews were called to the scene of a house fire near Halifax and Maynard Drives this afternoon. That fire was contained to the master bedroom. The homeowner said he had left to go to work, but went back inside because he forgot his mask. When he opened the door, though, he saw smoke. That cause of that fire, though, is still under investigation. Investigators are trying to figure out the cause of a fire in Ridge Farm. Happened at North and State early this morning. The home was in flames when crews arrived. Neighbors say they were working on that fire for at least a half hour. We will keep you updated as we learn more information. In other news, a man's behind bars after leading deputies on a chase and shooting at them. It happened around midnight, started on Route 45 near Thomasboro, ended in Champaign. Deputies say Lawrence Lewis fired 4 rounds at them. No one was hit. He's now facing weapons charges along with attempted murder. Police also recovered 3 guns from the scene, including a gun with a drum magazine that can hold upwards of 50 rounds. Deputies say that is well beyond what anyone should have.
When you have that amount of firepower within a vehicle, you're probably up to no good. You're probably going to go somewhere and shoot something up, that is not a defense amount of ammunition and stuff. That is an attack amount of ammunition.
Lewis has 2 pending gun cases. He's facing up to 90 years behind bars. If convicted for this, his bond was set at $1 million. Students in St. Joseph are mourning the loss of a classmate who died in a car crash. 17-year-old Nadira Edwards died yesterday. Sheriff's office says Edwards stopped at a stop sign, then went through the intersection. A dump truck couldn't stop and hit the car. 2 people were in the truck. They weren't hurt. Edwards was a senior at St. Joseph Ogden High School. The principal says they only have half of their kids at school on any given day right now. And in times like this, that's difficult.
We only have about half of our kids here on a given day. With that, we can't all be together face to face and have the conversations and really be able to wrap our arms around each other and truly begin that grieving process like we're used to as human beings.
Deputies are still investigating the crash. The principal says they do have social workers at school, and they are trying to do everything they can to let students know they have support available. A man from Decatur is dead after a crash happened last night west of Monticello on I-72. State police say the 42-year-old was going west when his car went off the road and flipped. He was taken to the hospital where he died. His name has not been released. The state revealed who will get the first doses of the COVID vaccine. It'll go to hospital and healthcare workers in the 50 counties with the highest death rates per capita. Now, that is when the vaccines arrive, likely later this month. In central Illinois, that includes Ford, Coles, and Shelby counties. Champaign, Douglas, Piatt, and Vermilion counties do not appear among the first to receive those doses. Now, to see this complete list, you can check out our website, WCIA.com. Let's take a look at today's COVID-19 numbers now. There are more than 10,000 new cases in the state. A bit of good news, positivity rate has fallen to 12.1%, but more than 5,400 people in the state are hospitalized with COVID-19. In central Illinois, ICU beds are filling up. 88% of ICU beds in Region 3, West Central Illinois, are filled. There were 20 beds available as of midnight. In Region 6, East Central Illinois, 76% of beds were being used, with 39 available. 123 more people have died. That includes 23 from Central Illinois. There have been nearly 13,000 COVID-related deaths since this pandemic began. The University of Illinois system surpassed a testing milestone this week. Among its 3 campuses, it's completed 1 million rapid saliva-based tests since August. University officials say the milestone reflects the innovative testing and monitoring programs at the 3 universities. UIC accounts for the vast majority of tests, with more than 930,000 completed as of yesterday. Its 7-day positivity rate has held at less than 0.5%. This morning, the U of I chancellor released a plan to address issues related to the chief and to move away from the imagery. The university is offering students who belong to any federally recognized tribe in the country the same rate of tuition as an in-state student. They're also focusing on strengthening their partnership with the tribes and nations who lived on the land before the university was built. As for the chief, the chancellor says it's more important to explore ways to truly embrace Native American culture.
And I can't do anything about those that want to continue to hold on to that legacy, but I have a responsibility for the institution's perspective on this, and our perspective is to truly honor Native American heritage and culture.
Additionally, the university is looking to revamp its curriculum for American Indian Studies by hiring new professors, as well as coordinating with the new student council to come up with new traditions for the student body. The Macon County Sheriff's Office says it's made improvements to provide better service for the community. The sheriff says since 2019 fiscal year, they've added more than $1 million to the county's general fund. That's helped reduce the deficit. Through a grant, they were able to buy more equipment for deputies, including new vests and weapons. The sheriff says those purchases were made without using taxpayer dollars.
To let them know that we're being fiscally responsible. We're not just looking at it because it's taxpayers' dollars. We can just go and just spend. We have to, be responsible for what we do.
They're also putting in more effort to improve their staff through training and building community relationships. The City of Champaign is being recognized for its inclusivity. It received the 2nd highest score in the state on the Human Rights Campaign's 2020 Municipality Equality Index. That measures the inclusivity of a city's laws, policies, and services for the LGBTQ community. Champaign's score was 84, up from last year. The index analyzed more than 500 cities, 9 in Illinois. The national average, 64. We have new information on the future of a movie theater. The Savoy 16 in Savoy will be opening again under a new owner. It's now owned by Phoenix Theaters Entertainment. Savoy 16 used to be under Goodrich Quality Theaters, but that company filed for bankruptcy in February. No word on a reopening date. Some weekend activities are now off the table, which Park District won't be holding indoor activities this month. Plus, her community is calling her an angel. How a woman is making sure families in need have a Merry Christmas. And the Illini won't be hitting the court tomorrow, why their game against UT Austin is no longer happening.